grown on me. Can't sing what I wrote, you a song that's grown on me. And my treasure's outgrown on me. Where the responsibility's grown on me. And when I wear a suit and tie, it looks grown on me. I ain't changed, I'm just a new old me.
I'm from Belvedere and I'm currently playing up top for Metro Gas. My career at the David Beckham Football Academy when I was about 4 or 5 years old. And I think ever since I grew up, I've been around football due to obviously my uncle. And that's made me want to strive even more forward and play at the best standards I can. I've looked up to him since I was young. From David Beckham Academy, I started off at Crayford Arrows. Was there for 2 to 3 years before I signed a pro deal at Charlton for 4 years. Sadly, released due to my height. But then I went on to play for Ebbsfleet, Welling United, back at Phoenix. From Phoenix, I went on to Welling Town Reserves. I scored, I think, 20 odd goals in about 16, 18 games, which ain't too bad for the first season in men's football. From Welling Town Reserves, I went on and played for Lewisham Borough on a loan spell. Didn't go too bad, but sadly, it all went downhill. I went back to Welling for a game, played against Metro Gas Reserves. Then now I'm at Metro Gas first team, currently playing under Mike Jones and enjoying it with all my heart, and I love playing there. The David Beckham Academy was an experience. I mean, obviously, Harry Kane started off there. Probably a few other pros started there. It was an experience to live on. We played in a massive dome. The quality of the pitch was even still good then. I mean, being 4 or 5, it was something else to experience. Sadly, never got to meet David Beckham, but it is what it is. But then obviously moving on to Charlton Academy, I mean, that was the best time of my life. I class myself as lucky. Like, if I didn't have that training, them facilities, the life I lived back then, I think I wouldn't be half as where I am now. So I'd like to thank anyone that's ever supported me through that experience. The training there was sublime. Like, it was ridiculously good for that age. The level of pitch was unbelievable. It was perfect. Playing against the Chelseas, the Man Uniteds, the Man Cities from the age of 6 to the age of 10 was just astonishing. But then, sadly, obviously, as everyone was growing, I wasn't growing as quick. And being a striker, they do want a bit of height and a bit of strength. But at that age, it is what it is and you can't complain. They released me over a phone call, but, well, not everything ends well, does it? So it was an experience to say. So my uncle, obviously, is a non-league legend. I started watching him when he was at Tunbridge Angels. The first time I was ever mascot was there, and I was watching him thinking, wow, I want to be here in front of all these fans one day, scoring these goals. And I think he got his move to AFC Wimbledon. I think at the time, they might have been the same league or the league above. But watching that rise of Wimbledon Football Club, like the atmosphere down there, it wasn't the biggest stadium, but the atmosphere was amazing. The club supporters were together all the time. Every Saturday I was home and away. The best moment I was, they had Hampton and Richmond away, and they had to win to secure promotion. John started on the bench, come on, scored a header basically, got on promotion. That right there, pitch invasions, all sorts. It was like goosebumps. That's the moment I knew where I wanted to be in football, and I wanted to crack on with my career. And I've always said if I reach that level that he reached and experience the things he experienced, to play on Wembley football pitch, like, I'll be over the moon, and that is my target. I think the moment I signed for Metro Gas was the moment I started enjoying my football again. I think last season was a bit of a struggle for me due to not getting on well with just the way it was going, really. I didn't really enjoy it, wasn't looking forward to playing, but I played, done my job and done what I had to do. Never argued, never done anything. But obviously signing for Metro Gas, I knew a few of the boys down from Welling when I used to go training, like Mike, Tyrus, Joel, all of them boys, Dom. And then signing down there, I think was the right move for me at the time. Like, now I'm enjoying my football again. They treat me like one of their own, always helping me out, pinpointing things I need to improve on, telling me what I need and what I can't do in the game. telling me what's the best options. If they got to moan at me, they'll moan at me, but they'll never be too nasty as you do get in football. Obviously, Mike constantly texting us boys to see if we're all good, see how it's going. Communication in the group is spot on. Obviously, having an interview here with Michael, it's just an experience. We all look after each other down there, and it's the best way to be. First, obviously, I didn't really get at Welling. We weren't lucky enough to have a training kit or tracksuits. The moment I signed for Metro Gas, it was there. But it's just little things like that that build up and make you feel part of a club, part of a team, and part of a family. Final season before I joined men's football, I was at Phoenix under 18s with Mick Cheeseman was in charge. And firstly, I'd love to thank him for everything he'd done for me. I played with him when I was 6, before I went to Charlton. I come back to him when I was 13, 14, left again, and then come back to him when I was 17, 18. I think I left and kept coming back because I knew he knew what I could play football, he knew what I could do, he knew what I was good at, and he believed in me, and he always gave me that chance. Then I moved on to Welling Town Reserves under Tristan, and I'd like to thank Tristan for giving me that opportunity to break into men's football. He did help me out a lot, massively, always told me what I needed to improve on, what I was doing bad at when I had a bad game. So I can't really thank you enough. Unfortunately, things didn't go on down there, didn't end well, but it is what it is, football's football. Then I moved on to Metro Gas, as I've said, and I'm enjoying it. Some of the players I've played with are like, I look up and think, wow. I've trained with my uncle a few times at Wimbledon when I was younger. I've trained at Tunbridge Angels first team, trained at Cray Wanderers first team, and you just think like, you're not miles behind, but there's a while to go. There's the physicality side of it. There's the split second in the brain that helps you out and that's going to improve you. Obviously, John being my uncle, it's nice for me because if I need to improve on something, he'll tell me. He'll tell me what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, because he's been there and experienced it. He knows what the gaffers enjoy and they want to see, and what anyone wants to see in a striker. It helps me out massively, and I can't thank him enough. Obviously, last game before lockdown, sadly I was injured. We played Red Velvet the weekend before, and I went for a 50-50 with the goalkeeper and ripped the ligament in my foot. Couldn't walk, I was on crutches for a good 6 weeks. But because of that, my uncle had signed the papers to be able to play for Metro Gas. Unfortunately, couldn't play up top with him, which was a bit disappointing. But yes, I did get stick from the boys because he did score straight away. It was like, all right, he scored, but he can't run. So, sorry, John, mate, that's how it is. I'm also hearing that we can still play our cup final, or it's hanging there, and it's a 50-50. Hopefully, you're fit enough and we can play up top again together. That'll be a dream come true, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a dream come true for you as well. Hopefully, we go on and we win this cup because we do deserve it. We did have some good results, and we lift the trophy after all this rubbish we have been through during this coronavirus. This upcoming season, I'm aiming for at least 30 goals. I want 30 goals, and I'll say it openly. Once I hit the form I want to hit, then we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Now I've said it, I'll make it. I think this lockdown has been a lesson or a blessing for some people. For me, it's been a blessing because I've been able to take my time to get fit, even fitter than I was throughout the season, to let my foot heal. I think for some people that do suffer with mental health, it must have been hard for some of you at the beginning. And I think now you've been able to clear your heads and hopefully been able to sort of calm down and get used to this situation, because it's going to be a long time before we're back to normal. I think the hardest part is not being able to go out, not being able to see some part of your family, not being able to go to the shop, just living really a prisoner lifestyle as it is. Obviously, I'm wishing everyone well. You can't wish anything bad upon anyone at this time because this pandemic is ridiculous. It's so scary, really, and obviously, especially with parents and their young kids, and they're not realising they can't go to the park or they can't go to school. They needed to be a bit older to be able to realise about what is really going on. But lucky enough for me, I've been working all the way through, not been locked indoors. Unfortunately for some people, but fortunate for some people, you've been on furlough, getting paid, relaxing, enjoying the nice heat wave that we've had recently. I think the fastest on the team, it's got to be Joshua Lewis. I've seen him race a few times, but it's either one or the other, and there ain't a clear-cut answer, really. I think slowest on the team, it's got to be Merlot. You're up there with one of the slowest. But then you've got, on the other hand, Dom. I don't think you can put Dom into that category. I can barely see you move. I don't see you on the pitch, and when I do, you're bright red and you're blowing out your arse. Also, I'm hearing you're struggling to score. So was I, but I mean, apparently I put one in the back of the net before you, son. So yeah. Longest in the shower, or the last to tap to the bar, is probably Lewis. He's a good while before I see him, and he is in there straight away. Best way to be, really, I think, innit? Best dressed, I mean, style-wise, Lambs has got to be up there. Lambs and Lewis and Josh. I think they've all got a good dress sense, and I bet going back to the Christmas, I can't really remember. All in Christmas jumpers, so I'll stick with them three. Worst dress sense, from what I've seen, especially from that Christmas do, Blaine. I don't know what you turn up in, mate, but that was some serious dress sense. And yeah, I wouldn't let you leave my house like that, mate. Best banter, I think everyone in the team has a good bit of banter. Smudge, you do give it out quite a bit. Mike, you give it out quite a bit yourself. I think everyone really, there ain't one person that stands out with the best banter. I think the whole team gives it. The caught fish of the group, I reckon Webber. You do get the ump quite easily. And Brody, same with you, mate. You always want to snap. One of you do snap. No matter what time of day it is, where we are, if we give it to you, we're getting a reaction, and that's what we love to see. The deadest banter, I think, Webber. You do try to give it out a little bit, but I think you try a little bit too hard. Blaine, once again, mate, you do try to give it, but I think we'll just look at you like, all right, mate, thanks. I think going on results, going in like half-time or full-time, Mike, your temper, mate, needs to calm down just a notch. I think sometimes you're so angry, it's a bit over the top, but you're the gaffer, so I mean, what are we to say? Going back onto the pitch, Chris Ware, Brody, who's both got a bit of a temper, but I think it's good to have on the pitch to a certain extent where don't be getting sin-binned or getting yellow cards or getting red cards, or it's not worth it. So I think, yeah, you two on the pitch got the worst temper, definitely. Who is always late? Palmiro. Palmiro, you are always late, no matter what time it is. I know you're busy with, obviously, international rapping and things like this, but mate, no matter where it is, we could be playing on your doorstep and you'll still be late. I'm Harry Main. That's been the interview. Thank you, Michael, for having me. I'll see you all soon. My Twitter handle is Harry Main. My Instagram handle is harrymain.1. Thank you.